it's really lovely to be here actually because we've got a real history with Purley, with the Food Hub, and it is because of you guys and the Food Hub that we are who we are. So I have been leading the Salvation Army with my husband for 14 years in Wellington. And the Salvation Army, as you can imagine, often get called if there is an emergency, particularly food and shelter and kind of thing. So sort of historically, people would always come and find us out. So right from the start, we would always get calls, can you help with food and that kind of thing. So yes, we had a little cupboard in the church building, and I would often just go and do that on my own, and I would go into sort of all sorts of homes. Often people didn't know. And I kind of started to feel a bit like this wasn't ideal, and I think it was the time that food banks started to get popular. And Croydon Council brought together the Food Network, which was different food banks and those who wanted to be a food bank. And that's where I met Frank Widdowson. I don't know if you know him. So Frank was brilliant, and I guess Purley Food Hub had started to, get the ball rolling and build the sort of framework for their own food bank. And Frank said, why don't you take what we've done and use it? It's a good, framework, and you're very welcome to do that. And so that was brilliant. So I copied you. So really, really helpful. Croydon Council gave us a building, which they forgot they owned. That was interesting. So we're very, very fortunate that we've got this building, which was the old Scout hut. They don't charge us rent, and it's amazing. It's just off, if you know Wellington, Central Parade, it's just off Central Parade, so it's kind of off the beaten track, which I think actually is really helpful for people because it's not in the public eye, and people, it's discreet, they just come along. It was in a terrible state of, with trees growing through the ceiling and smashed windows and a load of junk left in it. But we managed to get Nick and Leslie in and a few others to sort it out. We sort of approached lots of organisations in the community. We got kitchen donated and painters, and apprentices came and painted. And so it was an amazing thing. And then the Salvation Army said, well, actually, that's all very good, but the roof needs some kind of waterproof paint put on it, and that's going to be £16,000. And I was like, oh no, that's it. This is the end. We have no money. And then one morning at church, I just explained to the congregation that we've got this amazing building, it's all good, but we need this extra bit of money for the Salvation Army to enable us to take on the lease. And at the end of the service, one gentleman came and said, I'm a trustee of Family Fund, and can I give you £25,000? Yes, please, thank you. So just a brief history there, really, of how we came about. Our church is very concerned with the community. We want to reach out, we want to love the community of New Wellington, so the food bank has been an excellent way to just reach out, no agenda, just loving the community and serving. But it's opened up so many doors for our volunteers, for our church members, as well as, of course, all the people that we serve. So it's been a really amazing experience. But what's interesting, going back to Purley, is that about probably a year ago when you started supporting us, gosh, time goes by, doesn't it? We got really low on our resources, and actually we've been open about 8 years, and I think we've not had this situation. Certainly in COVID, we had mounds of food coming in, we couldn't even find a food bank, but we got really, really low. And Liz and I were, buying lots and lots of supplies, and it got really, really tricky. And then we had this offer of this extra financial support, which was just amazing, and just such God's timing, really. It was such an amazing provision. So thank you for that support and for the ongoing support. We've been finding ourselves needing to buy a lot more food. The harvest has just come in, and what a harvest, it's been amazing. And it's still coming, actually, we've got more coming this week. But that's really been helpful. But your financial support is just incredible. And listening to all of the different people that you are supporting, different organisations, it's amazing that you're doing what you're doing and supporting everybody else. So well done, it's incredible. But thank you for that continued support. We have seen the numbers go up. We are getting, I think on a Wednesday morning, we've had around sort of 25 families coming through, slightly less on Saturday. We've got about 100 or 80 to 100 people on the books at the minute. That's people currently using the food bank. And we get new referrals every week. Some of those people we're serving every week, so they come for 2 months and then we review, and then if they need to, we carry on serving them. But we want to empower people. We like to say we're more than a food bank, so we're signposting people to other agencies. We want to try and move people on and help them. we don't want them to feel they always have to use the food bank, but obviously we're in difficult times, and actually for some people they will need to use the food bank for a long period of time. We've got quite a few families who are no recourse to public funds, and we've also had a stream of ladies who've been trafficked, so that's been a very interesting journey for us, and a lot of other support has been needed as well. So we also give food out, we've got household items, we've got clothes for all range of ages of children. But we also do a lot of other support. I've been painting a house today of a lady who was evicted by her partner 5 years ago. Twin girls, they were babies at the time, and she's been living in one room for the last 5 years. And last week she got keys to her house. Wonderful news, but it's a shell, and she has nothing, and she has no money. So you can imagine there's all sorts of support needed for these different families, and it's just such a privilege. Liz will tell you, Nick and Leslie, it's a privilege to work with these people and to really show God's love in action, isn't it? You know, so but thank you for all you do. I could go on, but I won't.